Hello, my name is Rata Gordon. I'm going to read to you from my new book called Second Person, which has just been released. Something I really enjoy when writing is not so much finding the right words exactly, but finding the right kind of tone and rhythm with language that matches my internal feeling state. So I'm going to read to you a poem called Pacing. It so happens I'm sick of being a woman. It happens that I walk into BP stations and supermarkets, greasy, swollen, like a cow made of soap, losing my way in a field of placentas and pesticides. The smell of vet clinics makes me retch. All I want is to hear silence like stars in dew. All I want is to see no more shopping bags, no sinkholes, no gear sticks, no flat whites, no fallen leaves. It so happens that I am sick of my teeth and my underwear and my thirst and my breath. It so happens I am sick of being a woman. Still, it would be wonderful to frighten a barrister with a possum tail, or push a monk into a swimming pool. It would be great to run through the streets with a water pistol filled with milk, shooting at windows until it started to rain. I don't want to go on chasing my lists, clutching at mortgages and chia seed smoothies, wide awake at night, gnashing at the mosquitoes who are ruining my life, and rearranging, controlling, flattening the sheets. I don't want so much uselessness. I don't want to go on as a panther, pacing a room, collapsing in grief. That's why my emails, when they see me coming, with my bloodshot eyes, clutch each other and scamper away like breathless mice, leaving tracks of fine dust leading under the fridge. It pushes me to certain beaches, to some oily rock pools, to hostile hillsides that someone's going to subdivide, to meeting houses that smell like burning rubber, and certain stormwater pipes thick with sludge. There are silver invasive fish and allergenic nuts spilling from the taps in kitchens that I hate. There are polystyrene balls and billboards that should have been aborted. There are plastic bags full of mouldering bread and used toothpicks and wet wipes. I float through it all with my skin, my diaphragm, my fury, letting it all slip off me. I go through malls and car yards and public toilets and ferry terminals and $2 shops with rubber bananas, stick-on nails, decision dice, grow-your-own boyfriends, silver wigs and plastic handcuffs. Achoo! All waiting expectantly. I'll read another one. This is called How I Arrived. Whale blubber was strapped across my back, a wad of flesh with dark grey skin tied on with rope, fraying at the ends, threaded with shells and purple beads and beady eyes of spiders, looking out like the pitter-patter of piano keys, and hanging down my front were peanuts strung together in copper wire latticework with small unlit matchsticks sticking outwards, waving into the wind, and written on those matchsticks were affirmations and dictionary definitions of words including customary and reverence. The bodice was made of used handkerchiefs, and the lasting impression was of a Victorian housewife washed up on a beach, nibbled and scratched and worn away by sandhoppers, limpets, and the teeth of sprats. Yes, I was wearing a great billowing skirt with fat sanitary pads soaked with blood and seals, and I was wearing rubber gloves filled with blue marbles and fish eyes, and in my left hand was a wicker basket full of pears and library books, telling me how to be good. In my right hand was a wet pillowcase on which was printed a picture of a baby doll, and I was telling it to not burn the toast and not look men in the eye. Remember to say thank you to the bus driver and don't buy onions in those red mesh bags because they are bad news for turtles. I was dangling an umbilical cord which was split into two. One end was an elephant's snout sucking up this new land. The other end was a vacuum cleaner sucking the sky clean. So the next poem is called Celestial Bodies. 1. When you put Saturn in the bath, it floats. It's true. 2. A teaspoonful of neutron stars weighs more than all the world's people curled up together. Under the sheets we glow in the dark, but the light we emit is 1,000 times dimmer than we can see with naked eyes. 3. We are skinny, you and me, and we weigh less when the moon is directly above our heads. Our moon is moving away from us by 3.8 centimetres every year. Even very small celestial bodies can have moons. When an embryo is 3.8 centimetres long, the uterus is the size of a warm grapefruit. 4. It takes over 8 minutes for the sun's light to land on the moon, bounce off, hit our bedroom wall, and splash into the whites of your eyes, then leap into my pupils. The further away something is, the farther back in time it appears. The nearest galaxy looks as it did when Australopithecus hominid children chewed on tubers and poked at a fire with sticks. 5. Our bodies glow. All the world's people are lifted by the moon. The smell of grapefruit, a teaspoon full of fires, manuka smoke on my teeth. The whites of the eyes of the nearest galaxy, a bath full of zigzag photons. You are suddenly close enough to be in the same moment as me. 6. When two pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they bond and become permanently stuck to each other because they cannot tell themselves apart from each other. I don't like it when you fall asleep on top of me. 7. The coldest part of the universe is on Earth in a lab in Massachusetts, and we live inside the sun. We live inside the sun. Thank you.